Chapter 8. Pele's Triumphs Continue. During the entire span of Pele's career in Brazil, soccer had not been very popular in the United States. Some immigrant Americans followed the teams from their native countries. But even though there was a national team, very few Americans played. In 1968, a new professional league was formed, hoping to bring the world's sport to the United States. The North American Soccer League, NASL, wanted to attract attention, so it recruited soccer stars from around the world. In 1975, after he left Santos, Pele was asked to join the New York Cosmos. He was 34 years old, and his best playing days were behind him. But he still loved the game, and he was willing to try something new. And the Cosmos understood that world-famous Pele could attract new fans to the sport. But first, Brazil had to let him go. U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, a soccer fan, persuaded Brazil's president to allow Pele, the national treasure, to play in the United States. The Cosmos gave Pele a contract that paid him almost 4 times more than the highest-paid American baseball player at the time. It was more money than Pele had earned in all his years with Santos combined, more than $4 million. The great star arrived to a mixed reaction. Soccer fans were thrilled. Many American sports writers, however, didn't understand all the fuss. How could you love a sport where you can't use your hands? They joked. Surprisingly, the Cosmos' early games with Pele were not sellouts, and the team lost more games than it won. It had been a huge risk for the Cosmos to bring Pele to New York. By 1977, however, the gamble had paid off. The Cosmos had become a huge hit everywhere they played. The games were all televised. Huge crowds packed stadiums across the country. Other great stars joined Pele on the team, including Germany's Franz Beckenbauer and Italy's Giorgio Chinaglia. During Pele's 3rd season, the Cosmos won the Soccer Bowl, the NASL championship game. When Pele decided to end his career in America, a special farewell match was held at Giants Stadium in New Jersey. On October 1, 1977, the Cosmos arranged a game against Santos, Pele's old club from Brazil. The biggest crowd in American soccer history up to that time, 75,616, filled every seat. In the first half, Pele played for the Cosmos and scored a goal. In the second half, he switched sides and played one more time for Santos. He ended his career with a total of 1,281 goals. He was 36 years old. Before the game, Pele spoke to the fans. He thanked them for supporting him. Then he called on the people in the stands to repeat one word over and over. Expressing his feelings for his fans for the game and for people everywhere, he called out, "Love, love, love." The fans roared back all the love to Pele. At halftime, he gave his Cosmos jersey to Dondinho to thank him for getting him started in soccer, and he hugged Rosemary. After the game, the players from both teams carried Pele off the field for the final time. American soccer. Soccer has been played in America since the 1860s. Only recently, however, has it become widely popular. Although the American Youth Soccer Organization, AYSO, had begun in 1964, there was no successful professional soccer league in the United States until the North American Soccer League, NASL, began in 1968. Pele and the New York Cosmos kick-started a soccer boom during his years in the United States from 1975 to 1977. In 1994, the United States hosted its first World Cup in 9 different cities. Major League Soccer, MLS, which began in 1996, has more than 20 teams playing in the United States and Canada. After retiring from play, Pele chose to work with several businesses in Brazil and spend time with his children. Rosemary had given birth to their daughter Jennifer, their 3rd child, in 1978. As always, Pele tried to help children and others. He continued to travel and to hold soccer clinics. They were sponsored by Pepsi, but made sure to meet as many children as he could. As one of the most famous people in the world, he was greeted by presidents and royalty wherever he went. In 1994, he was named a worldwide Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. He was 54 years old. In 1995, he was named Minister of Sport for the government of Brazil. He took advantage of this job to once again make life better for Brazil's soccer players. By 1998, he had created rules that made soccer clubs treat their players more fairly. The government passed the Pele Law, which helped free players to change teams, provided insurance for their injuries, and encouraged owners to pay them more. Pele's family continued to grow. He had divorced Rosemary over 10 years earlier, and in 1994 he married Asiria Lemos. Pele and Asiria had twins, Joshua and Celeste, 2 years later. At the end of the 20th century, votes were taken around the world to name the best soccer player of the century. Pele was the winner in nearly all of them. The World Organization for Soccer, FIFA, named him one of 2 players of the century, too. Pele divorced Asiria in 2008 and married Marcia Aoki in 2016. He continues to act as a spokesman for companies that are interested in having one of the most famous athletes in the world represent their businesses. He also helps raise money for charities, including UNICEF and a children's hospital in Brazil. He still meets with children around the world to encourage them to play soccer. Pele has dazzled fans with his amazing soccer skills for decades. He remains an international superstar and the greatest soccer player in the world. He has become a symbol for the game of soccer itself. Pele is simply the best.